first pedagogically to transfer skills, to train people in disaster risk and humanitarian response and management. We understand that these are troubling times in the world amidst the COVID-19 and the unending wars and conflicts, environmental hazards. So the principal aim was to train people to have skills, be empowered to manage a situation, but also professionally for people to develop new careers in this area of specialization. The present world order shows that there will be continuous conflicts, environmental hazards and pandemics. It's important that people are trained in this area in order to handle the situation. People are trained in this area to develop new careers and fit in, rather than always following career lines that are already saturated. But we have the African continent and Cameroon in particular, we have more vulnerabilities. Whether it's the erosion of the Boya Mountain, or this incident in Sonara, or the landslide in Gueshe, or the Bangapongo plane crash, or the flooding that took place in Douala. These are all the flooding and typhoid and diarrhea that always affects people of the north of Cameroon. But Cameroon is not only an isolated country. These are current challenges that are facing almost every country in the world. It's a challenge. Because we always forget that sense of responsibility. It comes directly to the council officials. The council must have a map. Mayors. The council must have a map of where these things are in towns. Fertilizers, where they are warehoused. Because those things over time they can be triggered for actions like this.
So where did the participants come from?
The participants have come from across the country. There is a divisional officer, my former student, who has come from as far as Tika. There are people who came from Bamenda. There are those who came from Yaoundé. There are those who came from Douala. The majority have been from around the southwest. But the principal target was for those who are heading government establishments. That was my principal focus. That was our principal aim, to get the administration involved. The first promotion was organized in July. That was a bit generally attended. But this second promotion, our focus and aim was to involve the heads of government establishments and public companies. So I addressed letters to the governors, to the DOs, to the mayors. I'm sure you saw in the hall. The mayor of Boya Council was there, the deputy of Kumba 1 Council was there, the secretary general of the council. In fact, the mayor of Boya came in with a delegation of about 15 of his staff, 3 deputy mayors, and other workers. That's an extraordinary turnaround with the Boya Council, because the Professor Kale, the regional director of the United Nations University for Peace, once asked one of the former mayors of Boya Council, what is your relationship with the University of Boya in relation to the volcanicity of the Boya Mountain fire? Nothing existed. But I think this time around we have a learned gentleman as a mayor, and who has a vision, I want to say a proper vision, that when he starts establishing relationship with a training institution like the Pan-African Institute, he tells you he has a strategic plan. So we thank him so much. The other mayors from Kumba, Mr. Bisingi, extraordinary effort from him as well, and Tiko and Limbe. But then all the government representations and other company chairpersons. We had a total of 117 participants from across the board. That's extra. I was called to write a paper for an international journal about police action to COVID-19. And that was the second paper I was being invited to write. The other one was from the Russian Journal of International Affairs on the impact of the COVID-19 on the post-Cold War world order. So I'd gone to discuss with the DO, as I do quite often, that can we discuss about the police action regarding COVID-19, and I put down some points and about emergency preparedness, resilience, and so forth. So in a nutshell, that's a partnership that we hope that this such synergy would give our community, our governments, our people a platform to be able to exercise and manage emergency situations through preparedness principally. Because it is more difficult to manage a crisis than to prevent it. So the developmental approach to disaster risk management and humanitarian response is preparedness.
So what has been happening here for the past day, is it a foretaste of what happens at the Pan-African Institute of Development?
Sorry?
Is it a taste of what happens at the Pan-African Institute of Development?
Well, it's not a taste of what happens with the Pan-African Institute for Development. It is the mandate of the Pan-African Institute for Development. The Pan-African Institute for Development was created in 1964 to solve the developmental problems of Africa. I mean, this is what Africa needs to catch up, to close the gap on developing or developed countries. It's worked in Austria, it's worked in Indonesia, it's working in Ghana. I think it's the best approach for us here.
At the end, you should be a satisfied man.
We are satisfied. I think you recall what the President, Dr. Elad, said, you recall what Professor Khaled said, and the other members, even some participants, that you can see a sense of achievement. You can see a sense of achievement on the faces of the participants, of all the organizers, because for this intensive professional training, the participants are all mature men. You saw all women there, and this is a Saturday where there are other activities. Yet they held the fort. From the 26th to the 29th, on a Saturday, we have sat there till late in the evening. And yet people are still very strong. But above all, we achieved our objectives. Of not only passing over the knowledge, of not only training persons, but to creating a network, to creating a synergy for which we hope that they can carry these skills back home at a personal level, at their professional levels, at the country.
In fact, it is a very, very important program. If we, as a pace setters who have attended this program, go on and don't keep our certificates to sleep, and we get to work immediately, we are sure that disasters in the next few years will be greatly managed and prevented.
Today I was to lecture on safety and security of United Nations personnel. So if Pan-Africa deems it necessary, in collaboration with UPeace, United Nations University for Peace, to call me in a seminar of this nature, I'm very grateful, and I'm happy that the participants have been happy with the lecture that I gave them. Life is very, very important. If I can destroy anything, but when there is loss of human life, there is a cause for concern. The key points that you have to take home from here is that each and every one of us should be security conscious. Whether you are a civilian, whether you work in maintenance of law and order, or whether you are a military officer, or whether you are even a clergy, or whether you are a chief, you should be security conscious.
It's a blend of intellectuals who came in to impact our lives, to improve on our environment, and it is important for us to know, as experts and developmental agents in different spheres, to be able to know what to do when there is a disaster. So I want to say in a nutshell, this training was very, very good.
Okay. My name is Nyang Clement Bantal. I'm a health safety and environment consultant with Cameroon Safety Services. I'm equally the National Director for the World Safety Organization, Cameroon. I left Douala for Edouard since the 26th to participate on this training on disaster risk and humanitarian management. And I must admit that the program was very enriching and very practical. I believe the direction in which the world is taking with disasters occurring worldwide in various parts of the world needs expertise. And to acquire this expertise, it's only through this kind of training. We want to thank the director of the Pan-African Institute for Development West Africa and all the instructors who took their time and come to share with us their knowledge and experience.